Good morning. It is Saturday morning, and you know what Saturday morning means? It means it's time to take a look at your path. So, for uh, the the individuals and artists that I deal with, myself included, that means we take a look at our musical journey, and it generally means we redo our technical workout and refocus on our direction. So I did that early, just a few minutes ago, and I redid what I am doing. And you say, how can you do that after years at a time, week after week? It is because of a refocused and uh, you keep honing in on where it is that you're at. So, for instance, this year is a much greater focus on original work. We have made some great contacts with regarding dark ballet and where we are going with that creative project. And we have a meeting next week with the Arts Council to see about funding, to see if we can do something really innovative with technology. And I have several songs that are under uh, construction, as you might say. We could say composition, I'm composing, but I am making songs that tell a particular story. And I'm feeling, I feel very good because these stories that I'm telling, whether or not you like the story, I feel comfortable that what I'm telling musically is coming through. And that's a very satisfying feeling. And then the stories lend themselves, by the way that I'm writing them, very much to movement, visual media, and dance. And so that's why I'm changing what I'm doing. So every day, my technical workout, as it was, is now altered to include focus on these original pieces, and I'm less focused on a pure technical work. That doesn't mean that I'm just writing songs. It means that I'm practicing my technical work to these original pieces because it takes a long time to develop original sound so that when you hear Jeff play, it sounds like Jeff rather than a pure technical exercise. Anyway, so if you are doing your own work, you need to refocus each week. And sometimes that's an exercise in it seems like futility, but it is not. It is forcing you to think about things in a new way. And I had a discussion with a young lady who came in recently, and she's very talented and very driven, but had a very difficult time uh, with the idea of new things. So she constructs her routine and likes to keep a routine. And everybody likes to do that. But I said, you need to do this to move forward. And she says, I can't do that. And she would spend this roundabout, circuitous way about, I can't do that. And the answer is, we can do it. It is when you change one thing in your daily routine, in the system that you live in, it changes everything. Sometimes it changes it in small ways, sometimes it changes it dramatically. But if you get used to the idea that if you're constructing the future that you want, that things will change if you change one thing and you find the best way to do that, everything will fit into place. I guarantee it. But if you say, I need to do this new thing and I can't change anything else, it's an artificial construct. It's exhausting, and eventually it usually doesn't work. So, just some thoughts. And back to the idea of trust. I was thinking about how people view each other and how I view people. And trust is a fundamental concept. Do you trust yourself to do things? Do you trust other people to do things? And that was an interesting, just kind of reflection. I was talking to some family members, and it's good to reflect on who you are, how you approach life, and your impact on life. So here are some quotes on trust for what they're worth. This is one that I like from Seneca, the Stoic philosopher. Trust no one if you yourself cannot be trusted. And that's something my grandfather really imprinted upon me. It's not where does a guy live, where does he go to church, what's his family like, what's his history like. It's can he trust you, and can you trust him? And he extended trust to people that, based on their station in life, they did not deserve that trust, but he would extend that trust as a gift. And it was a kindness. I remember that, and I think of what a great man he is. Anyway, next, Ralph Waldo Emerson. Trust men and they will be true to you. Treat them greatly and they will show themselves great. So trust, again, is something that lifts up. That doesn't mean blind trust. That doesn't mean if somebody consistently shows themselves unworthy of trust, you need to sit down and have a talk with them. But it is a gift that you give to people and the world. And Stephen R. Covey, trust is the glue of life. It is the most essential ingredient in effective communication. It's the foundational principle that holds all relationships. So think about that. Can you really connect with someone? Can you really communicate with someone if you don't trust them and they don't trust you? And I think you can't, because you think they're lying and they think you're lying. Take a moment and think about it, and think about reintegrating trust in your life in this time where the news tells us left, right, and center that nobody can be trusted. I'm asking you, extend a little bit of trust to your friends, family, and let's make a little bit smoother world. All right, I will see you next time.